Today is Thursday, Parashat Vayakhel, Pikudei. And in Vayakhel, the parasha tells us about the Nesi'im, the leaders of the tribes that brought the jewels that were necessary for the clothing of the Kohen Gadol, for the Choshen Mishpat and for the Ephod. And the Nesi'im, the leaders of the Jewish people, of each and every tribe, in the way that it is written in the Torah, it's missing a letter. It's missing the letter Yud. And our commentators explain the reason for that there's one letter missing in the spelling of their name, of the title of Nasi'im, which means the leaders, is because they procrastinated in bringing their offerings. What actually happened, they said, let every one of the Jewish people donate whatever they donate, and whatever is missing we will complete. On the surface of it, it would seem like a good thing. Be great, you go on a fundraising campaign, and you have a generous philanthropist who comes and says, don't worry about anything, let anybody donate whatever donate. I will make sure that whatever are your needs, I'm going to take care of to make sure that you're covered fully. You want to build a building for a Jewish organization, let's say, and it's going to cost a few $1 million. You're going to raise money from the people, and one generous donor comes and says, I'll cover the whole expense, whatever you'll be missing. On the surface of it, it would sound good. The guy was generous. So here also the Nesi'im, the leaders of the tribe, said, no matter how much you'll be missing, we'll complete it. Well, what happened is the Jewish people were so generous, the rank and file donated so much that they donate more than was needed. And what was left for the Nesi'im to give is only the jewels. Still, they're valuable, they're expensive. The jewels for the Choshen Mishpat, for the breastplate that the Kohen Gadol wore, and also for the Ephod that had also some precious stones on it. But the fact that they procrastinated and they pushed off the opportunity to do the mitzvah right away is something that they, to some extent, they're held to task on, and one letter is missing from their title to indicate that that was not the proper way to do it. Because when a mitzvah comes your way, you have to grab the opportunity to do it with Zerizut. What is Zerizut? Alacrity and zeal. Yesterday evening, in the class of Wednesday night, we continue to learn from the Ramchal on the book of Mesilat Yesharim, the path of the just. And there is a chapter about Zerizut, about alacrity, about zeal. And basically, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, works in two ways. On one way, it tries to sometimes push us to do something that is wrong, and that's to transgress a negative commandment. But there's another way that he works also, in sort of getting us to be lazy, to push off doing the mitzvot to a later time, to procrastinate. And that's something that is very wrong in the sense that we have to be aware of that situation and always bring in strength and courage to grab the opportunity to do mitzvah as soon as it comes, because a person cannot say, well, if he's lazy, he didn't do something, he didn't do nothing wrong. No. Shlomo HaMelech actually says that when a person has that kind of approach, that he's like a brother to a destructive person, because eventually when a person doesn't take the opportunity to do mitzvot, when he's lax and he might start like a kind of a sliding type of sequence of events that will stop him from learning Torah, from doing mitzvot, and he might find himself at the end much worse than just not having done the mitzvah. As we get closer to Pesach, the word matzah is almost pronounced almost like mitzvah. Mitzvah, matzah. And the same way when we make a matzah, we have to do it within a certain limited amount of time, which is within 18 minutes from the start of preparation of making the matzah. Because if you let it stay for longer than 18 minutes, then it might become chametz. So it says a matzah that comes, or a mitzvah that comes your way, al tachmitzena, don't make it let become chametz, because if you let it take a long time to be done, then it might become chametz, just like a matzah that becomes chametz is no longer usable for Pesach, and now it becomes chametz. So that's why, as we have the opportunity to do mitzvot, we have to grab the opportunity and do it as quickly and as promptly as possible, because that's a very important part of doing the mitzvot. Because after all, anything that we do, even a mitzvah, is because Hashem enabled us to do it. He gave us the tools, He gave us the ability, He gave us the wherewithal to do it. So what do we contribute from our part is the attitude with which we're doing the mitzvah. That we do the mitzvah with enthusiasm, that we do the mitzvah with alacrity, with zeal, that we show that we are interested in doing the mitzvah. That is our part, our contribution. Because the other aspects of the ability to do the mitzvot and the wherewithal to do the mitzvot, Hashem is the one who provides us with that. So, again, very important, the mitzvah comes your way, don't procrastinate, don't say tomorrow or later, but grab the opportunity and do it as promptly as possible. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.